Hi everybody, we're on the monthly chart of USD CHF, and in regards to this chart we can see that for the last couple of years the market has been moving rather sideways in a range, as you guys can see. And what this tells us is that a breakout is imminent. We're either going to see over the next few years a breakout to the upside or the bottom side, right? Anyway, from here what I'm going to do, guys, is just zoom in a bit. And in regards to the zoomed in section of this particular currency pair, we can see that as much as we have that block where we have that zone of consolidation, we also have an overextended M structure over here, which has a neckline at that point. And we can also see, guys, that the neckline has been violated or broken to the bottom side. And what we expect at this point is for the market to head back to the neckline to test it. And if it does so at this point, you guys know by now that that's where we will be looking for those potential selling opportunities, right? Let me just actually add a neckline to that M structure because it's extremely important. Here we go. We could say our neckline is somewhat over here, right? Just gonna zoom in again. And another thing, guys, is that it is my belief that because the M structure, which is over here, started at this point, ideally I want to see the market actually end more or less at this level, in line with the zone over here, right? So it seems as if there's plenty of scope for the market to continue to push further down, right? Anyway, from here what I'm going to do is head down to the weekly chart. Let's have a look on the weekly chart. Remember, guys, on the monthly chart I said that because we have this M structure, ideally we want to see the market head up to the neckline to test it, and at this point is where we would look for potential selling opportunities, right? Now that we are on the weekly chart, can you guys actually see that the market did actually break the neckline and go back to the neckline to test it, right? And just remember that necklines are areas. Necklines are areas and not an actual line as I have it here. So in other words, we could say that this point over here was the market actually retesting, or rather testing, that neckline, which is over here. Hence we saw the market push further down, right? So what else do we see, guys, in regards to the weekly chart of USD CHF? Another thing that I see that is also very much interesting or important is the fact that we have at this point that candlestick. It is a bearish candlestick with a small body and quite a long lower wick. And what that tells us, guys, is that at that level over there we have a lot of liquidity stuck there, and that liquidity needs to be triggered by the market at one point or another. We just don't know exactly when this will happen, but in the future we will see price head down to this level to trigger that liquidity. And that is because liquidity is actually money that needs to be triggered by the market at one point or another, right? Anyway, let's proceed, guys. What else do we see here? Guys, can you see that in regards to this area over here, we have some sideways movement, and the market has also been issuing some spikes, especially to the bottom side. This is telling us that price or the market has been rejecting this level over here, and it seems as though it's been triggering some stop losses. Nonetheless, just remember that in regards to our buyers is for the market to continue to move further down, right? So from here what I'm going to do is head down to the daily chart. However, before I do so, I just also want to point out something that's also very much important that you need to keep in the back of your mind, and that is that, guys, whenever we have these M structures, just bear in mind that a lot of traders and investors usually sell on the second leg of that W structure, or rather this M structure, and they place their stop losses just above, right? So there's a lot of money also stuck at this point, right? And chances are that once this pattern has played itself out, we will see the market probably head up to trigger all of those stop